Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Live Now, where Filippo and I discuss cars that are currently live on Cars and Bids. But before we get going, we have a little announcement because we are going to be at the Peterson Museum in Los Angeles with Avants for their totally awesome trivia night that focuses on 80s and 90s cars. Filippo and I are going to be emceeing that event, which will be fascinating.
An experience for everybody.
Yeah, truly will be. But if you want to come say hello, please do so. We will be there.
Buy tickets if you go to carsandbits.com/events. There's a link there for where you buy tickets.
Yes, thank you, Filippo. Now, on the subject of 80s and 90s cars, that's what we're going to focus on for this episode, talking about cars from one of our favorite, or two of our favorite decades, the 80s
They are
90s.
two of the decades.
They are two of the decades. Well, I'm going to dive right in with a car that will surprise no one, or maybe a little bit. E39 M5. Now, a lot of people think of the E39 M5 in a video that we actually had go out recently on Cars and Bids. This car is actually sold before, and it was in that video too. The E39 M5 for the U.S. market, the North American market, was produced from 2000 until 2003.
It's not a 90s car.
The car itself was produced in the European market starting in 1998, and that is what this car is. This is a European spec pre-production E39 M5 finished in Imola exterior with an Imola interior, the Imola Sport interior, and it's cool because it retains a lot of its cool Euro touches, like the gauge cluster. It also has the European lower dash, which is neat. It does have some additions like this really weird fender vent, which I would absolutely remove if it were my car, and it has the facelift headlights on it, but nonetheless, a pre-production M5 is really cool. And to have like a Euro is like, it's in the E39 M5 like flex community.
Is it a flex?
It's cool. Like to have one of the really early cars is cool. They also got special touches that the later cars did not. Like very small esoteric things that only E39 people know. Like for instance, the plenum on this car was aluminum, which if you're one of the supercharged guys, that's what you want. They're really rare. They only produced it they stopped it, I think in like, I don't know, November of 2000 or something like that. They stopped producing it. So it's kind of hard to have an upper and lower aluminum one, but nonetheless really cool. The whole car is like lots of details that are cool.
E39 M5, cool.
This is just
pre-pro cars, cool. You combine the two,
pretty cool.
It's cool.
I mean, you have to imagine who this was built for at the time. This was built for some executive, I'm sure, within BMW who was like,
or for their Presley. I mean, which would be an improvement.
Which right.
Is that center is that radio DVD thing something that was available in the US at any point?
This?
Yeah.
So yes, this is the 4x3 navigation display. The E39 M5 came standard with navigation for North American market cars. In Europe, it was actually optional. You could get a tape player, I think.
Which this has.
This has anyway, but then you wouldn't have the navigation screen.
At all?
Or I think you could get the CD player, which is in most normal E39s there. But this was the display, 4x3, and then later they went to the 16x9 display, which is what my car
Do you hate that you have too much technology in your car? Like, have you considered swapping it out? That's one of the many modifications.
I still have the tape player. If you press the eject button here, the whole screen folds forward and there's a tape player behind.
But you have so much screen. You're basically like a Mercedes EQC at this point.
Right.
And like that's just a lot of hyper screen.
You know, but then I looked at it and reminded, oh, that's right, it's a manual. I'm not in an EQC. I was confused. You're right.
For the record, because somebody will be pedantic, I know it's not called the EQC, but like...
Yeah. But you like that? You admit this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. For E39 M5s, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, incredibly cool. Red, pre-pro, cool.
Pretty cool. Now, you picked a BMW that I think is also really cool.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about this 320 IS.
All right. So, in Italy, BMW did not offer, or at least did not sell well, the M3. Right. Because for a bunch of displacement, and for a bunch of tax reasons, that large of a displacement
right,
was tax disadvantageous. So in Italy and some other European countries, a smaller engine was taxed much more favorably. So this is what we refer to as the Italian M3 for that reason. So it's a 320 IS, 2-liter instead of 2.3-liter, inline 4. It's 4-cylinder.
The S14 specifically, which was shared with the
S14 B20 instead of the S14.
Yes, correct.
And it's just cool. It's an M3. Just a little bit different.
You know, this, I have to say, like, this car is perfect for you.
Thank you.
Because it's Italian.
I really want one.
And it also, it's an M3, but it isn't an M3. It's the budget
It's a budget M3. It is
that's you.
The budget M3.
You love a good budget car.
The E30 M3 is out of my budget. The budget M3 is also out of my budget, but by less.
Right. Of course, the great irony is these are highly desirable.
They're incredibly desirable. And also, they're not, I mean, it's basically the same, right? If memory serves, smaller engine, but the same engine and the same everything else too. And this seems like a really nice one.
Yes, you don't get the same body kit. Like you don't get the flared fenders and stuff like that. But that's the appeal to you.
I prefer. But I think you do get the M Technic appearance kit with this specific one, which has some of the not the wider body, but like some of the treatment.
It's got the deeper front fascia, and it's got all those things. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just cool. Still has an LSD dogleg 5-speed manual, and also it seems like a pretty nice one, right? 136,000 miles is not low, but these are like it looks like it's in really nice condition.
Trying to get a picture of the dashboard, as every E30 person will know, because that's the tall. They crack like crazy.
Yeah, it didn't look cracked.
This looks pretty good,
which is impressive.
Yeah,
so it sold in Portugal and Italy. This was the last country where this was sold to avoid those tax issues, and it's so cool. Like BMW made just a slightly smaller version of the same engine for that purpose.
Yeah, and I guess
also the Roma plate feels like out of place. The E30 doesn't feel old enough to have that style plate, but it's cool.
And I gotta say, underneath this does look pretty clean. You can tell it was definitely kept in Italy and Portugal, no rust.
Yeah.
This is a really cool car. I like in the world of BMW, like nods to like, yes, I know, like you get it. This is one of those cars.
Can we also agree that the Ronal wheels work?
Yeah, these little, these little the BBS basket weave wheels look really cool. I had the last BMW that I owned. The last BMW that had those wheels on. Do you know what it was?
Yeah, of course. You added an E46 330xi.
Did not.
No,
that's not.
I know, but it has the many spokes.
The E39 525i Scorpion package was the last. It's the Style 5s is what they're known on that car. It's the last one to have the traditional BMW BBS basket weave wheels. Of course, no one looked really odd.
By the way, Delphin Gray, good color.
Yeah, great car. Really good choice, Filippo. I got to give it to you.
Thank you.
Pretty good choice. But now I'm going to give you a choice that's inarguable. So I have my kind of daily drivable, usable car, which inevitably means I need a sports car. And from what we have live currently on the site,
we have a lot of sports cars. We have a Buick Grand National.
That is not a sports car. That is a straight line GT car. That is built to burn rubber and go straight.
I disagree. Buick
disagrees. NA Miata. What does Miata stand for, Filippo? Miata is always the answer, and it is the N. I love the NA. This is a really early one in Mariner Blue, 5-speed manual. It has the base cloth seats, which I actually very much like.
I know, it's so good.
It's largely unmodified. This is just, we had that red one that Doug reviewed that was truly based with the Steelies.
It was like 4,000 miles.
And I drove around in that car, and I'm someone who likes big engine, kind of brash supercars, and that thing was just lovely. Like the essence of driving, and if you need a sports car in your life, especially from the 90s, the NA Miata is so hard to argue with. It is just, it's the genesis of everything that's right with the MX-5, obviously. Like, it's just
It's a great car. It's a sporty car. The M5 is like a big, by NA Miata standards,
I'm trying
V8
to
car.
balance
This balances that beautifully.
In a 3-car garage, I think this to that.
You can toss it. You like toss it around. That is not just throw it in the trash. You shouldn't do that with your Miata. You can toss it around really well. It's so fun to drive. They're so small. They're so nimble. They're so like analog, while still being like not precious.
Totally, it's reliable. I'm like. Mighty 39 M5 as mighty as it is, it's not the most reliable car. And if I had to do it again to like get one up to my standards, oh my god! But this car,
I like this choice for you. It's not a very Kennan choice, but I like the choice.
Plus, I picked 2 colors: red,
wow,
blue. You know,
wow. I picked 0.
You picked 0 colors, but you also picked a Japanese car, and this one's really cool.
This is the coolest car we have.
This yes. Tell us a little more about this Prado.
All right.
Other than it was photographed in Grand Teton National Park.
It's so good. Also, it's in Jackson, Wyoming. So that makes sense.
Right, nod to my dad.
This is a 1993 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado 3.0 turbo 4x4. And it's a shorty. There aren't that many Prados that are like the short 2-door Prado. There just aren't. And it's a 70 series, which is everybody wants, and everybody wants to be sold in the US, even though they don't, as Doug has pointed out, they don't really want it. Except that I do, and I want it, but only when it's from 1993. It is the 3-liter turbo diesel 4-cylinder, incredibly reliable, as most Toyota powertrains are. Large, enough torque for the size of the car, 213 pound-feet of torque. You're not going fast, but it's so capable. 4-wheel drive, 5-speed manual, looks so good lifted.
Oh, this thing looks clean.
Has a snorkel, yeah, and it just like it looks so good. It just looks so good.
Yeah, it does. Like
also the pictures help.
The pictures absolutely do help. And it's left-hand drive critically. Like that's like one of the most appealing. Because
also look at that interior. Just look at the cloth. This is what you want from your 1990s cloth.
Yeah. Oh man, that is so true. You're so right about that.
That's what you want, and it's got like the the little gauges in the middle that tell you how far forward or side to side you're leaning.
Yeah,
like the name of that.
You know what it looks like? It looks like you've driven through mud and it's like splattered up on the side and dried, like true off road.
Look at picture 44. It turns out that it's also across the entire back. It is that too, and it probably has had mud splatter on it, and I love it. Like the 70 series, I'm usually a 4-door SUV guy, but there's something about this short truck lifted a couple inches on big tires that just looks so cool.
It just looks determined.
It looks you could do anything. There are no overhangs. The only overhang is like the spare tire.
The only
you can do anything.
The only overhang is a spare tire. That and any limitations that you have in your mind about what this thing can't do.
You shouldn't have any.
No, because I'm also a lover of the 70 series.
Yeah,
I spent
you are.
time in one in Africa, and
I've never driven one.
I mean, it's agricultural and and very basic, but that's what you want when you're out in the savannah and
That's what you want a truck like this. Period.
Yes. Now this might, admittedly, power-wise, might have a little bit of difficulty getting over the pass to go to Grand Targhee.
Turbo.
Well, that's still even turbocharged.
Also, it has real power for that. It's a large diesel.
Right. Okay. So it can do it. It can get over to Targhee, but this is a really great choice. I can't argue too much on this one because I worship the 70 series and would love to have one, despite Doug saying what he says.
You know what else you can't argue with? My next choice.
Your next choice. All right. Let's have it. 996. So 1999, just squeezing in there with the 996.
You're squeezing in there with the E39 M5. I'm squeezing in there with a 996.
Fair enough. Tell us about this particular 996. Look at those bright
It is. I've never wanted a 996 more than I want this car, and I mean that seriously.
Is that true?
It is true.
Genuinely?
I love the early 996 looks. The fully yellow words. The headlights, the yellow is actually not the word I mean, orange. The orange accents look so good, legitimately. Aero kit, I love on the 996.
The Aero kit,
I don't love it on every 911, but I love it on 996.
The 996 did it right, in my view.
Look at that spoiler. It's such a...
That taco spoiler.
It's so wild. This also has the M030 sport suspension, which is maybe a little harsher than my normal preference, but is what you want. I've never driven one with it, but I want to.
Right.
Like a little sportier, good, especially the time. 6-speed manual. This one only has 42,700 miles, so it's a very nice one. The Sport Classic wheels, which are a modification, look great on the car with the Aero kit, and Arctic Silver or Boxer Red. What a combo.
Yeah.
I love every single part of this car, and it is the 996 that I most want that I've seen.
I'm trying to think, what's the hierarchy of 996s? It's like GT2 is obviously the best, and then GT3 RS.
Well, man, we all agree that with the exception of this car, the 4S, the wide body cars, are much more desirable.
This is probably the fourth. Ones that came to the U.S., so I'm not talking about the GT3 RS because it never came here. I think the GT2, the Turbo.
Yeah. The 4S.
GT3.
Yeah, sure.
The 4S and this. It's probably the fifth most desirable.
Early bases are so delightful. And this seems like legitimately a really nice one with the options that you legitimately want. That sport suspension, the Aero kit, and they've done a nice job with the wheels.
Yeah, it seems like a nice one. I have no objection to this. Except
how can you?
So you went for your 3, you went for an off-roader, a classic BMW.
A classic sporty BMW. You can also drive it every day. It has real miles already.
And then this is kind of your
everything.
Cars and coffee.
Why?
And also,
you know what? I'm going to get rid of 2 of my choices. I'm just picking the 996.
You just want the 996.
3 times. I want 3 of them parked in a garage next to each other.
So I think you scratched some itches,
I have
but
all
not
purposes.
All of them.
I have all purposes.
I think I did it a little. So again, E39 M5 and a Miata, and then I needed an Icon. Now, granted, both those cars are icons. I
got an M5.
I wanted one in the cultural zeitgeist that is an icon.
You see, I don't like to be noticed, and you
DeLorean.
do.
I don't
and
mind
that's a
being
difference.
noticed. The DeLorean
so
brings joy to everyone who sees one. DeLorean.
Yeah.
Now, I was thinking about the DeLorean a lot recently because everybody knows the story about John DeLorean, how this car was great concept. Execution was questionable, and then due to the problems with Northern Ireland, it was a failure ultimately, and kind of tarnished John DeLorean's name.
Why it was a failure.
And then there was the whole business transaction he did in a hotel room with an indescribable white substance.
Also, a car that isn't necessarily considered delightful to experience,
but delightful to look at, and because of the movie, because of Back to the Future, that franchise, it really truly did save this car from obscurity. I feel like these things would be looked at like the Bricklin is, if it weren't for that movie. And they both had gold wing doors, I think that
I agree.
Still, I think this would be
so
really cool to go around, and I think I've driven one DeLorean. It was an automatic, and it was not a good example, so I don't really have the best understanding of how these cars drive. But I think if you want to complete what I'm looking for, I want the experience of something, and just again based on what's on the site right now, I think this kind of delivers the cool cars and coffee.
But you know what I can do? I can climb a mountain.
Yeah, but your doors don't go up. They go out.
My doors don't go up.
My doors go up. Also think about that garage. Imagine if someone opened the garage door and you had those three in there. That's a car enthusiast for sure. I think yours is a more subtle car enthusiast.
Yeah, this is the Filippo and Kennan.
Yeah, I like a little joie de vivre.
I have a beautiful 996 and an Italian M3.
But it's not enough of a... You were very, I think, a little safe in your choices here. They're good choices. But I think I rounded it out better. I had a car I love, a car I really want to drive fast, and a car that's kind of crazy.
And I got 3 cars that I want. We're all winning at life.
Well, but speaking of winning and losing, last week we battled it out to pick German cars.
I won, right?
Well, someone said you deserved a negative point because you picked that Bentley, which is not a German car.
I didn't, though.
But I counted them up. It was really difficult, and it came down to 1, and I beat you by 1.
All right,
even
people.
with your abhorrent cheating.
All right,
and you still got that close to winning, which is deeply irritating. But I'm glad to take that victory for the sake of
all right, people. This week, please go comment and let them know how much you appreciate my choices of an E30 Italian M3, a beautiful 70 series shorty Land Cruiser, left-hand drive, and a stunningly nice 996.
Or you can pick the slightly more adventurous garage, my E39 M5, the NA Miata, and the DeLorean. Yeah. There will be a post in the community.
Is a word for that, yeah.
Good is the other one. There will be a post in the community section. Of course, it will be linked down below. Click there. Go tell us who won this week and what garages you want to see Filippo and I build in
And also,
the future.
if you want to buy me any of these cars, I'm open to that.
Yeah, who wouldn't say no to that? But even if you don't, come to the Avants event, come say hello to us, and you can tell Filippo how wrong he was to his face.
Sometimes I choose cars that I think are the best option for that week's show, but I'm not drawn to necessarily they're within the parameters of the car I most want, but I wouldn't independently go bid on it.
Don't backpedal.
I have in the past also bid on cars I've chosen and won them, but I want each of these.
Once. He did it once, and he thinks this is everything.
How many times have you done it? I want each of these cars very badly. Very badly.
Well, we'll let the people decide who picked the garage the best. I think I won again. But thank you all so much for watching this week, and we will talk to you very soon. Or in person at the Peterson.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.